At our age,
no doubt.
You got to make sure.
Wait a minute.
You got to make sure.
I was
you wake
in
up.
Chicago Saturday. We dyed the river green. There were 1 million people drinking in the streets from 7 a.m. until 4 a.m. What do you mean St. Patty's is today? And we just had it in Chicago.
Well, you're in a different time zone in Chicago, so that's why you had it.
Yeah.
Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, the Spurs win their 50th. The Dolphins send Jalen Waddle to the Broncos, and Jay Billis joins us for 5 good minutes. But we begin today with tonight's final game of the World Baseball Classic. The United States got in Monday by beating the Dominican Republic. Venezuela got there last night by coming from behind to beat Italy 4-2. Both Venezuela and the United States are loaded with Major League players. The game will be in Miami, starting at 8. Wilbon, what is at stake tonight?
Tony, what's at stake is just baseball's ability to sell itself further with great players and great teams and a festive atmosphere. It's beyond festive, a passionate atmosphere. And so in a week, you know, we're starting a month, March Madness, talking about madness. These games have had some madness to them. Particularly, I'm expecting, we saw last night in Miami, I think we're going to see tonight in Miami. You look at that Venezuelan team. And, Tony, the names are familiar to everybody, regardless of nationality when you go across all these teams, whether you're talking about Japan, Korea, the Dominican, Canada, the United States, Venezuela, Ronald Acuna Jr., Miguel Garcia, Luis Ariz, Gino Suarez, you got Tovar, you got Gleyber Torres, you got Abreu, you got Jackson Chourio. These names are known. These entities are known. And so you're going to go out there and see them. The cultures are different. That's fun. The spirit of each team seems to have a signature. That's fun. I mean, I'm excited about the whole tournament from start to finish, and I don't know what we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, so I had 2 people get in touch with me today who were at last night's game between Venezuela and Miami. And they said they heard noise last night like they had never heard in their lives at a baseball game. And they said they really believe that tonight the home crowd advantage is not going to be with the United States. It's going to be with Venezuela. And I wonder about that. I wonder how the U.S. players will feel when they see that most people are not rooting for them. I mean, they're in their home country and they won't have the hometown crowd. I guess it'll be sort of like a soccer game teams, where we in the United States, we entertain a country where soccer is the most meaningful thing that there is on the planet. So I'm interested in that. There's another thing that interests me, and I think you and I both agree that it's not an upset, it's not a shock if Venezuela wins.
No,
not at all.
Not at all.
But what interests me, and we saw this with the Olympics, particularly in the United States and Canada in the hockey, where people are professional teammates, but then they go to play for other countries. For example, the Giants have Logan Webb out there and Luis Ariz. The Royals have Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez. The Red Sox, Roman Anthony, they have Abreu. The Brewers, the Phillies, they have people on their teams playing for different teams. It's odd to me and intriguing to me. It is intriguing to me.
Tony, the fun of it is what you could wind up with at the end. Pete Crow Armstrong not starting for the U.S. tonight, but he could wind up pinch hitting. He could wind up going out to the field, and he could wind up hitting against his closer, Danny Palencia.
That's right.
He could wind up hitting against him with the game on the line. So that is a fun element, a big sidebar.
The Cubs, the Brewers, the Phillies, they're in that situation where they've got people from both sides. Let's move to the NBA. Your favorite team, the Spurs, won last night, beating the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard by 4 points. That makes the Spurs 50-18. After the game, your favorite player, Victor Wembanyama, said he wanted, quote, to get at least 60 to balance out my rookie season, unquote, when the Spurs went 22-60. To get to 60 wins, the Spurs must finish at least 10-4. Wilbon, is that a goal worth aiming at?
Tony, yes and no. The actual numbers of it are not. It's the attitude that is. So not only are you right about calling Victor Wembanyama my favorite player now, I don't just watch the games. I try to then stream whatever Victor is saying after the game because I want to hear him because he's unbelievably engaging. He and SGA are that way. And in Wembanyama's case, Tony, it's the attitude. That, to me, sounded like some guys I cared about in the NBA. It sounded like 23 in red, 33 in green and 32 in purple and gold. It sounded like them, where they wanted to win every game. They were angry when they didn't, particularly Jordan and Bird. And I think that that's where Wembanyama, we saw him sobbing. We've seen the emotion pour out of this kid. And so if he now says to his teammates, you're going to play and you're going to play and you're going to play because I'm playing, that's what the NBA needs.
So I'm going to underline pretty much what you have just said, because I don't think that the San Antonio Spurs want to win 60. Victor Wembanyama wants to win 60, and that is different. Victor Wembanyama has skin in this particular game. I, too, have heard him after games, and it always sounds like he has skin in that particular game. It seems to me, Mike, that he is willing and eager to be a leader, that at the age of 22, he wants this to be his team. They got a player on the Spurs, Keldon Johnson, been here 5 or 6 years, qualifies as a veteran. Here's his quote about Wembanyama wanting to win 60. He says it's not enough. It's not enough. To me, that is recognition of a leadership change on that particular team. I don't think it's important, but Wembanyama thinks it's important. And I watch him out there like a giant whooping crane. And I watch players regard him in awe. And if this is important to him, Mike, it doesn't matter how many you go into the playoffs with. Golden State went in with 73 and didn't win. Doesn't matter. The number that matters is they are 18-2 in their last 20. They're the best team in the NBA right now. They're the best team.
No doubt. The only place that may matter, push back on both of us just a tiny little bit. You might want that 1 seed. Now, I don't know if they can get it even with 10-4, but you might want that 1 seed until you get a home game, game 7, 5-7 against OKC.
They've beaten them everywhere they play.
They have.
They've beaten the Thunder left and right. They've beaten them.
No doubt. Let's move. This is a great story. Off the tracks a little bit, Tony. This line that Matt Leinart has drawn in the sand with Southern Cal. His alma mater retired his number 11 after he won 2 national titles and the Heisman. But Leinart says now the program has since asked multiple times to unretire his number to help land a prize recruit. Leinart told his Throwbacks podcast listeners that his response has been, quote, absolutely not. I am never going to unretire my jersey for some random dude who could wear number 11 and transfer after a year, close quote. Tone, does Leinart's reasoning make sense to you?
Okay, so I don't know Leinart. I interviewed him a couple of times. I've seen him on TV a couple of times. I don't come into this with any prejudice. I could not agree more with Matt Leinart. Are you kidding me? What is USC doing? What is Lincoln Riley becoming a part of? This guy won a national championship and a Heisman like Reggie Bush. He didn't retire his number. USC retired his number. Not Matt Leinart. USC said this guy is so good that nobody else is wearing this number again. And now they want to take it down from the rafters and give it to somebody to maybe wear for a year, a kid that they're going to have to pay anyway. What are we talking about here? Dick's Sporting Goods? This is a terrible thing that they're doing to Matt Leinart. And I read where Matt Leinart said the only one he would give the number to is his kid. He shouldn't be allowed to do that. This number is retired. It's done. Anybody asking for number 3 on the Yankees? Anybody asking for 12 on the Jets? Anybody asking for 33 at UCLA? No. What are we talking about here?
I loved Leinart's response. I loved it. I do. But I will say this. I don't see a problem with USC asking him. And I see no problem with him saying no. You can ask. Because the kids look, Tony, these kids come in now, these high school hot shots, they come in thinking they can have the world. And it's up to someone to say, son, no, you're not having that. So I get it. If Leinart wanted to do it, I wouldn't object to it. I might find it a little strange. I find it strange in pro sports. When I look down on the field, I'm sitting in Soldier Field. Somebody has 95 on, Richard Dent, the MVP of the only Super Bowl the Bears ever won, and some dude is wearing 95. It makes me crazy, but it doesn't make Dent crazy, so I let it go.
This is where NIL has brought us.
Yes, it
right
has.
Here.
It has.
Right here.
No doubt.
Let's take a break. Coming up, we will ask Jay Billis which one seeds he sees as particularly vulnerable.
We'll also ask him whether there's a lesser appreciated team he believes could go on a run.
I don't think USC should do this. You and I disagree on that. They put that away. They put that number away.
They did.
No, find another number. Find another number.
11 and a half.
Again, anybody asking for 3 at Yankee Stadium? Yeah, I like the Babe. Give me the number. No.
2. Nobody
No.
asking for 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Let's dig into the men's bracket with our great friend, the dashing ESPN college basketball analyst, Jay Billis. Let me give you credit. Last year, you correctly picked an all-chalk Final Four.
Nailed it.
You were 100% right. But not this year. Which one seeds do you see this year as particularly vulnerable?
You know, it's funny. Last year was such a different year. When the bracket came out, I felt really strongly that all 4 number 1 seeds were going to make it to the Final Four. And you never know. People think we know, and we don't. But this year feels different. Clearly, there are some great teams out there. But, you know, Duke's dealing with some injuries right now. Caleb Foster and Patrick Gungba, 2 starters, did not play in the ACC tournament. You don't know if they're going to be at 100%. That's certainly going to limit your ceiling and make you a little bit more vulnerable. Same thing with Michigan. LJ Kaysen, their outstanding point guard, backup point guard, but he could start on the majority of teams in this tournament. He tore his ACL, so he's out for the season. I think that limits Michigan a little bit. In Florida, as good as they are, and they're outstanding again, you know, their guards don't shoot it great. So on any given night, they may not shoot it well. But a team that I think Michigan State in their experience is a 3 seed to take a look at out of the East. And then Iowa State out of the Midwest, a number 2 seed. Iowa State's legit. The only thing they don't do is they don't shoot free throws great, and that can bite them in a given game. But Milan Momcilovic is the best shooter in the country. And if anybody saw what he did against Arizona, he scored 9 points in a minute toward the end of the first half, or at the end of the first half, and I thought I was watching Reggie Miller in the Garden against the Knicks.
Jay, you come up with a Final Four of Michigan State, Florida, Arizona, and Iowa State. You and I have the same championship game, Arizona beating Michigan State. Give us some of your reasoning. Take us through that a little bit.
You know, because of Duke's injuries, I do think Duke has been the most consistent team at the highest level this year, along with Arizona. Arizona only lost 2 games. They were back-to-back at Kansas and Allen Fieldhouse, and then they lost to Texas Tech when J.T. Toppin was healthy in McHale. But, you know, I think Michigan State, they're older and they're experienced, and they've been playing well consistently through the last half of the season. So I don't want to say it's a flyer. I think if they played a 7-game series, Duke would win, but it's not a 7-game series, and I'm going to go with their experience. Arizona has 3 freshmen that are in their starting lineup. Braden Burries, Ivan Karchenkov is an outstanding defender, and Koa Pete. They're completely healthy right now. They just won the Big 12 regular season and the Big 12 tournament. And I do like their draw, except for if they play Wisconsin. And Arizona and Wisconsin have a history in the NCAA tournament. Ew. But Wisconsin has 2 great guards with Nick Boyd and John Blackwell, and their big guys can shoot it, and that can pull some of the Arizona big guys out of the lane. That's the one team that I think makes them a little bit vulnerable, but I think Arizona's legit.
With all that said, is there any lesser appreciated team, Jay, I guess we used to call them dark horses, that you think could go on a run?
Wisconsin's one of them for the reasons I stated. And then I would say Vanderbilt as a 5 seed. Vanderbilt is ridiculously good, especially in the backcourt. Now, they don't have a ton of size. They're not without size. It's not like they're a bunch of little guys running out there. But they don't have, this crazy shot blocking ability. But their guards, Tyler Tanner and Duke Miles. Tyler Tanner's a local Nashville kid, went to Brentwood Academy there in Tennessee, and he's lightning quick, great hands, great finisher around the basket, got this floppy hair that everybody's going to fall in love with. And Duke Miles is one of the better defenders you're going to see. Some of the steals he makes are ridiculous. They're savant-like. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them do something extraordinary. They've got Florida in their bracket, and Florida owes them one after Vanderbilt, beat the hell out of them in the SEC tournament. And so I still have Florida coming out of there, but watch out for Vanderbilt. They're good.
We will get you out of here on this. Ask you to be very quick. It's about one player. Is there one player out there you think people should stop what they're doing and make sure they watch that kid in that game?
Darius Acuff Jr. Of Arkansas. He is ridiculous. And he's got a little bit of Dame Lillard in him, a little bit of Kyrie. He's the first player in the SEC to lead that league in scoring and assists since Pete Maravich did it. And he averaged 24 in conference play and over 6.5 assists. Had 30 in the title game. Why he's not being talked about in the conversation for the #1 pick, I don't know.
Yeah,
because that dude is the real deal.
With you on that, Jay.
Okay. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, sir.
As always.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Let's take one last break. Still to come, the Dolphins send Jalen Waddle to Denver. What does that mean for both teams?
And is Kevin Durant right to blame himself for the Rockets' loss to the Lakers last night? I don't know about the Acuff, Tony. Acuff, the one.
Happy time, people. Happy 29th birthday, Katie Ledecky. She's still in the water. Swimmers rarely go into their late 20s. She's still in the water. Ledecky is a local for us growing up in Bethesda and going to Stone Ridge. She has 14 Olympic medals, 9 gold, 4 silver, and a bronze. In the 2024 Olympics in Paris, she won gold in the 800-meter and 1,500-meter freestyle events. She has won the 800 4 times and the 1,500 the 2 times the event has been run. Ledecky holds the world record in both those races. She began her Olympic career in 2012 in London when she was 15, and she plans to compete for a spot on the United States team in Los Angeles in 2028. Ledecky has the most Olympic medals of any female swimmer.
It's great to have had a front row seat to all of her successes. In 2012, I was at those games in London watching Katie Ledecky. Tony, if I go Bethesda great athletes, Walter Johnson, Katie Ledecky, do I then go to Dominique Dawes and Tim Kirkchin? Can Kirkchin be the fourth head? He's Cal Ripken's favorite point guard.
Kirkchin. Yes.
Here we go.
Yes. Happy anniversary, Princeton. On this day 37 years ago, Princeton nearly became the first 16 seed to knock off a #1, falling just short to Georgetown 50-49 in a game that was excruciatingly close, despite the presence of Alonzo Mourning, Jaren Jackson, and Charles Smith for the Hoyas. The wait for a 16 to beat a 1 continued until 2018 when UMBC beat Virginia by 20 points. The only other 16 to beat a 1 was Fairleigh Dickinson, who beat Purdue with Zach Edey in 2023. UMBC just won the America East tournament a few days ago and is again a 16, but this time they will open in a play-in game tonight against Howard for the right to play Michigan, the America East, where champions rise.
Tony, Virginia, of course, bounced back to win something called the National Championship.
That's right.
The next year. I got them going kind of far in the bracket. Kenny Blakeney and Howard. I'm into that game tonight, cheering hard for Kenny. And the Bison.
No, I'm going the other way. As you know, I'm going for my conference.
I got you.
Happy trails, Jalen Waddle. The Dolphins sent the talented receiver and a 4th-round pick to the Broncos for a 1st, 3rd, and 4th. The speedy 27-year-old figures to be a key addition for Wilbon's boy Sean Payton, who's coming off an AFC Championship game loss. Waddle has topped 1,000 yards receiving 3 times in his 5 seasons and nearly did it again last season. With Waddle and Tyreek Hill now gone, new Dolphins quarterback Malik Willis has to hope the team gets him some receiving help in the draft, in which Miami has 2 first-round picks and 11 picks overall.
I like what Denver did. They took a big swing. I mean, they had to give up some stuff, some resources, but they're taking a big swing. Their window seems to be wide open, and they're going for it. Good for them.
Yeah, don't back out of it like the Ravens did. And happy trails, Leon Draisaitl. The Oilers star is expected to miss the rest of the regular season with a lower body injury suffered from a hit he took in Sunday's win over the Predators. Draisaitl is 4th in the NHL in scoring, 97 points in 65 games this season. And the Oilers are currently in the Stanley Cup playoff field, though not by much.
Draisaitl, Austin Matthews, you don't want to see stars eliminated anytime. This is getting too much like the NBA with those guys going out for the remainder of the season.
Let's go to the big finish if we could. Kevin Durant blamed himself for the Rockets' loss to the Lakers last night. Is that justified?
No, that's cool of KD to do that, but Luka went off, and he had a lot of help from Austin Reeves and LeBron filling in, doing everything necessary. No, the Lakers are on a heater. Steve Kerr got win number 600 last night. The Dubs beat your Dubs, the Wizards. Significant?
No, the Wizards are a G League team. No, I just want to reemphasize, the Lakers keep winning, Wilbon.
They do.
The Lakers keep winning.
Keep winning.
Seiya Suzuki, let me get that right, of the Cubs, getting an MRI on the right knee he hurt in the World Baseball Classic. Cause for concern?
Yes. He led the team with 100 runs batted in. Yes, he's supposed to be a star in our lineup. Matt Shaw, can he play the outfield just in case? TGL bedsheet semifinal tonight. Who you got?
I always like Jupiter in LA. I'll take them. Last one, second play-in game tonight. Texas NC State. Who you got?
I'm going to take NC State. Tonight is a sneaky great clicker night. There's a lot of stuff to watch.